Hey guys, do you love to travel India? If your answer is yes, then my channel is for you. Please subscribe my channel to know more about India. Today I will discuss about a ruined city of India, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Situated in the shadow depth of hills and valleys in the state of Karnataka, this place is a historical delight for travelers. Surrounded by 500 ancient monuments, beautiful temples, bustling street markets, bastions, treasury building, and many more. Hampi, yes, today's point of attraction. The ancient and most historical city of India. Hampi was the capital of the Vijayanagara Empire around 1500 AD, the second largest city in the world at that time. Over the next centuries it fell out of importance, and now you can explore the ruins of a lot of temples and other structures spread out over a vast area. The terrain around Hampi is as mysterious as the ruins itself. The city is surrounded by boulders of different sizes. It is located on the banks of the Tungabhadra River. Famous for its massive, beautifully carved temples, especially the Virupaksha temple, dedicated to the patron deity of the empire. You can also find remains of the old aqueducts, canals and military barracks and stables here. Hampi was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986 and many efforts have been taken to restore the lost glory of the place. The Virupaksha temple is located on the banks of the Tungabhadra River at Hampi. Built during the 7th century, the beautiful architecture and history of the temple have made it a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The temple is abode to one of the forms of Lord Shiva called Lord Virupaksha. While it is located at present-day Hampi, it was once a smaller shrine in the middle of the ancient and majestic Vijayanagara Empire. You will find beautiful stone inscriptions dating back to the 7th century on the walls of the temple as proof of its rich heritage. Architecture lovers and history buffs, do visit the temple when you are in Hampi. The temple has tall towers, or gopurams, acting as gateways to the inner sanctums, as is usually seen in temples of South Indian style of architecture. The gopurams lead to many inner corridors and halls, all decorated with ornate stonework. The Virupaksha temple is built in South Indian architecture style. It has 3 gopurams. The eastern gopuram is the largest, the other 2 are the smaller gopurams in the inner east and the inner northern sides of the temple complex. The gopuram on the eastern entrance has 9 stories and is 50 meters tall. Beautiful sculptures of many Hindu gods adorn the outer face of the gopurams. Entering the eastern gateway through the gopuram, you will step onto the outer courtyard. A shrine in the complex has ornate pillars and intricate stonework, highlighting the architecture of the Chalukyan period. Smaller gopurams can also be seen from the outer courtyard, through which you will reach the inner courtyards and other sanctums and idols. The 100-pillared hall leads to the sanctum of the triple-headed Nandi, Lord Shiva's vehicle or Vimanam. The inner sanctum of this hall leads to Lord Virupaksha's shrine. He is represented as a Shiva Linga. The shrines of gods Pampa, Bhuvneshwari, Navagrahas, and another form of Shiva, Padaleshwara, are also seen in the temple. Many pillared halls are also part of the Virupaksha temple complex. King Krishnadeva of the Vijayanagara Empire is said to have been a major contributor to the development of the temple during his time. He built the central pillared hall Maharanga Mandapam in celebration of his coronation in 1509 to 10 AD. It is one of the most ornate structures in the temple. Impressive structure in Hampi, the Vithala temple dates back to the 16th century and is a truly splendid example of rich architecture. The famous stone chariot, which has become an iconic symbol of the architecture of Hampi, is located inside the premises of this temple. The temple complex is spread over a huge area. The main gate has an impressive arch with carvings and opens in a large courtyard which has the famous stone chariot in the center. The main temple is located just behind the chariot and has beautiful carvings. There are also several other smaller temples inside the courtyard, all of which are definitely worth a visit. The carvings on the walls or pillars of these structures depict various gods in different forms. The most appealing structures of the temple are its pillars, which once tapped delicately make musical chimes. The great architectural marvel is also known as 56 melodic columns. Saragama pillars is another name given to them for their standout construction. This palace in Hampi is one of the most iconic landmarks in the town. Named so, for the way the structure looks like a lotus in bloom, this palace was the designated area for the royal women of the Vijayanagara Empire, and is found within the Zenana enclosure. Known widely as one of the few edifices in Hampi that was not lost, either to the Mughal raids of the town, or to the ravages of time, the Lotus Mahal stands tall in its courtyard. Hampi Bazaar, also known as the Virupaksha Bazaar. The Hampi Bazaar is the place to go to pick up knickknacks, souvenirs, cheap clothes and trinkets to remember your trip to Hampi by. Situated right in front of Virupaksha temple, hence its alternate name, this bazaar, which stretches for over a kilometer long, is one of the main landmarks of Hampi. From embroidered shawls, fiber handicrafts, to stone carvings, this is the place to pick up anything Hampi related. Out of a single boulder, this Shivlinga stands at a height 3 m amidst water. It is a major attraction in Hampi. The Big Shivlinga is also the biggest Shivlinga in Hampi and is located close to Lakshmi Narasimha temple. Carved from black stone, the Shivlinga is believed to have been existing since the Vijayanagara Empire. The Shiva Linga is constructed in such a way that it has no ceiling and the whole chamber becomes flooded with light. The elephant stables served as an enclosure for royal elephants back in the day of the Vijayanagara Empire, and the stables are one of the last remaining unruined structures in Hampi during its attack by the Mughals. 11 dome chambers are seen here, with a particularly decorated one which served as an enclosure for the musicians during any performances. The whole structure was constructed in the 15th century to house the royal elephants of the Vijayanagara Empire. Now you may ask me, how to reach Hampi? There are buses to Hampi or to Hospet from major cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, and Bellary. NH4 connects Bangalore to Hampi and it takes around 7 hours to reach there. From Hospet, it takes around 40 minutes by a local state-run bus to reach here. Not having its own railway station, trains halt at Hospet Junction, 13 kilometers. However, there are very few trains to Hosapet Junction, HPT, and they are mostly sold out well in advance during the season. The best time to visit Hampi is between October to March, when the days are pleasant and evenings are breezy. The whole town springs to life as monsoon slowly slips away, and the average temperature ranges between 16 to 32 degrees Celsius. April to June are the months when Hampi is dry and hot, though evenings are cool. The average temperature ranges between 30 to 38 degrees Celsius. Budget travelers can still plan a trip and book stays at discounted rates.